Hello everyone, welcome to the today's session where I can explain about the important characteristics of class Pyrinomycetes and Loculomycetes. From previous three classes, we are discussing about the classification of phylum Ascomycota. So under the same category, today we can see about the important characteristics of class Pyrinomycetes and Loculomycetes. These are under Ainsworth classification. So just rewind about the Ainsworth classification and how it was divided. The phylum Ascomycota placed under subdivision Ascomycotina, which is further divided into genera lacking ascoma and ascogenous hyphae placed under class Hemiascomycetes, and genera forming ascoma and ascogenous hyphae further divided into unitunicate and bitunicate nature of ascus and fruit body characteristics. If it is having bitunicate genera, then placed under class Loculoascomycetes. If it is having unitunicate genera, that means inner tunica and outer tunica do not separate while releasing of the ascospores. Under unitunicate genera, there are four classes: Plectomycetes, Labalbiniomycetes, Pyrinomycetes and Discomycetes. This is the overall classification of Ainsworth. In our previous classes, we saw about the Hemiascomycetes and Pyrinomycetes classes. Today's class, in Plectomycetes and Hemiascomycetes in previous class I explained. In today's class, we will see about the Pyrinomycetes and Loculoascomycetes. So we will see about the important characteristics of Pyrinomycetes. Pyrinomycetes here, ascocarp is mostly a true perithecium. Perithecium is a flask-shaped or globose-like structure where asci are arranged in a definite layer, that definite layer known as hymenium. And perithecia may be globose or flask-shaped. However, in Pyrinomycetes also, some members produce Cleistothecium. And coming to the asci, how the asci looking? They are unitunicate, that means in inner tunica, outer tunica do not separate while release of ascospores, and club shaped or cylindrical. Here you can see in the picture how the asci are looking like. And this class, that is Pyrinomycetes, it includes two important orders. One is Hypocreales and second is Spirales. Coming to the order Hypocreales, in Hypocreales, uh, this fruiting body is a perithecium, and in this perithecium, the paraphytes is called periphysoids. They arise from perithecial apex below the periphysis. It means if it is a perithecium fruiting body, they will arise here, this side. The name itself indicating that periphysoids, that means hair-like structures present around the perithecium. And finally they disintegrate as the asci grow among them. Means if the asci are growing like this, these will disintegrate. And ascocarps are usually bright colored, fleshy and rarely non-osteolate. Means generally perithecium means they are having the osteolate, that is opening structure. Here you can see this is the osteolate for favoring the release of ascospores, but rarely they are non-osteolate. That means in some rare cases they do not possess the osteole. And asci are clavate to cylindrical, that is club shaped, or cylindrical, that is asci. Coming to the ascospores, they are colorless, non-septate, that means they do not have any septation looking like single cell, or they are multiseptate where a lot of septation will be there in the ascospores, and they will separate after release. So that means they will break and each cell act as an individual spore. Here under order Hypocreales, one family is there, Clavicipitaceae. So now we can see about the Clavicipitaceae characters. Under family Clavicipitaceae, members generally produce perithecia, that is the ascocarp, within a well-developed stroma that composed of entirely fungal tissue. Stroma is like a structure where in periphery this perithecia will produce. I will show in the next slide what is a stroma and how the perithecia will develop. Coming to the asci, after fruiting body, then this is the outline. first we will discuss about the fruiting body, then asci, then ascospores. So if we see the asci, how they are looking means they are long, narrow and cylindrical with a thick cap perforated by a long cylindrical pore. It means here asci also they are having the thick cap here, which is having perforations. Perforations means some openings for release of ascospores. So those perforations through which ascospores escape. And lateral walls of ascocarps, these are lined with periphysoids. Already I told in previous slide, that is lateral paraphyses that originate all along lateral walls of perithecium. The name itself, periphysoids, means lateral walls of the perithecium, but do not occur among asci at the base of perithecium. Here they do not occur here. Only these sides they used to be originate. These are periphysoids in both sides. Okay. Here we can see here is the periphysis. These are present at the near the osteolith, and this is the asci. They are originating from an indefinite layer. That definite layer is known as hymenium. And if for understanding purpose, I am giving the life cycle of Claviceps purpurea. Here you can see, if you take this grain plant when it is in a bloom, so mycelium in ovary tissues, this mycelium will occupy the ovary tissue and it develop into a sclerotium. This immature sclerotium, and after maturing it release the conidium. That is, sclerotium contain short conidiophores on which conidia are produced. These conidia again give rise to the new mycelium, which will affect the again grain plant. Under unfavorable conditions, what will happen is this immature sclerotium really this becomes mature, and this here you can see the mature sclerotium, how it is looking like some purple color or brown color, hard like structure. And this sclerotium when fall onto the ground during harvesting operations, it will overwintering, means it will survive under unfavorable conditions. So when the favorable conditions return back, this sclerotium germinates, giving rise to the stroma. Here you can see this is the stroma, which is having the stalk. That stalk originates from the sclerotium. In this stroma, if you see the periphery, if this is the stroma, this is the periphery. Each locule it is having the perithecium. So here you can see so many locules are there. It means so many perithecial fruiting bodies are present. If you take the single one, this single one, you can see this is the single perithecium, and these are the asci having the ascospores, and these are ascospores in ascus, which is fragmented having multi-septate, and these germinate and giving rise to the germinating ascospore giving rise to the mycelium, which will again infect the new grains on the plant. So coming to the ascospores, ascospores already we saw that how they are looking like. It is looking like a thread like and break into fragments after they release, and each fragment function as individual spore, which is capable of giving rise to the mycelium. That mycelium again it will infect the new grains, and again that cycle will continues. And many members are parasitic on grasses infecting gynoecium, which later converts it into sclerotial bodies. Grasses means especially these cereals also we are seeing this sclerotia. Here you can see these ergot bodies, that is sclerotial bodies, how they are infecting, because their main infecting gynoecium part. Gynoecium means the grain will be infected, so grains will not form in the place of grain, it will convert it into as a sclerotium and causing a group of disease known as ergots. Asexual stage. Asexual stage, generally fungus parasitizes the ovaries, that is gynoecium, and form sporodokia. There it will form the sporodokia. This sporodokia is a asexual stage. What is the sporodokia? Sporodokia is a small compact stroma. That is, stroma is nothing but mass of hyphae usually formed on host plants parasitized by mitosporic fungi. Means mitosporic fungi is the asexual stage which is present in the fungi imperfecti. that is order tubercularials, subdivision Deuteromycota, class Hyphomycetes. Means sexual stage is present in the Ascomycetes and asexual stage was placed under the mitosporic fungi Deuteromycota. This Porotokia bearing short conidiophores with minute oval conidia at their tip. So this conidia mixed with a sticky sweet nectar like secretions. So here in this picture you can see this conidia are having the mixed with a sweet nectar like secretions, and that's why this stage is known as honeydew stage or spacilia stage. So this sugary slime is called honeydew, hence the asexual stage is commonly called as honeydew stage or spacilia stage. Here you can see honeydew drops, they're coming out from the grains. This is the asexual stage. Ergotovin, ergonovin, ergonovin, ergometrin and ergotamin. These are the three alkaloids present in these ergots, that is ergonovin, ergometrin and ergotamin. When animals, so if they are having the powerful alkaloids, what will happen if animals or human beings consume these ergot contaminated grains? So they used to cause a serious disease that is known as ergotism. Because of eating these sclerotia containing grains, they used to cause the disease known as ergotism. Another disease there, disease is known as St. Anthony's fire. This is mainly consumption of ergot contaminated rye grain flour. The disease occur. Here you can see in the picture how these symptoms appear on the baby skin. So that's why this disease is known as St. Anthony's fire. Fire means blight like symptoms. So alkaloids, and these alkaloids further they are having medicinal value also. They used to prevent hemorrhage, that is bleeding during the childbirth, and as also artificial abortifacient. One drug used to prepare from these ergots that known as ergotin. The drug prepared from ergot bodies that is known as ergotin. And what are the important diseases caused by the members present under this Claviceps? Ergot of rye caused by Claviceps purpurea, and ergot of bajra, Claviceps microcephala, Claviceps fusiformis, and sugary disease of sorghum caused by Claviceps species. Its isoform is Sphacelia sorghei. And another member is there parasitic on insects, that is Cordyceps. Coming to the class Loculoascomycetes. So previously we discussed about this Pyrenomycetes and now Loculoascomycetes. In class Loculoascomycetes, ascocarp is ascostromata or pseudothecium. Ascostromata or pseudothecium, and here presents or absence of sterile structures, that is pseudoparaphysis in the ascocarp. That is fruiting body may or may contain the sterile structures, that is pseudoparaphysis, and asci are bitunicate and burn in locules in somatic tissue. In previously Pyrenomycetes, asci are unitunicate. Here Loculoascomycetes, asci are bitunicate. Here there are three orders. One is the Pleospirales. Under Pleospirales, two families are there. One is Venturiaceae and Pleosporaceae. Under Venturia, Venturia inequalis is the there, which cause apple scab, and isoform is Spilosea Under Pleosporaceae, member is Cochleobolus meabianus. Its isoform is Bipolaris forager. And second order Merangiales, having family Merangiaceae. Example Alcino ampelina. Its isoform is Spaciloma ampelinum. And third order is Dothidiales, having family Dothidiaceae. Mycospirella arachides, having early leaf spot of the groundnut, and Mycospirella berkeley, late leaf spot of groundnut. Also it is a pseudothecium. This is pseudothecium. Class Merangiales is a four-celled. And sexual reproduction is by spermatization in some of the species, producing spermatia and spermagonium. Dothidials, important diseases under Dothidials are Ricca disease, that is early leaf spot of groundnut caused by Mycospirella arachides. Its synchronym is Mycospirella arachidicola. Isoform is Sarcospora arachidicola. And late leaf spot of groundnut caused by Mycospirella berkeley. Isoform is Physoriopsis personata and synchron Sarcospora personata. Sigatoka leaf spot of banana, Mycospirilla musicola. These are very important diseases causing enormous losses to the crop. And some imperfect stages for the genera of class Loculoascomycetes. Here we can see the imperfect stages. Imperfect stages means they belongs to the Deuteromycota. Here Venturia inaequalis, imperfect stage is Piloseapomi, Cochleobolus miabinus, Bipolaris oryzae, Elsino ampeluna, Spaciloma ampelinum, Mycospirilla arachidicola, Mycospirilla arachidicola, and Mycospirilla berkeley, Physauriopsis personatum, and Mycospirilla musicola, Sarcospora musicola. These are the imperfect stages, and we have to remember these imperfect stages for examination point of view, because in competitive exams generally they will ask the imperfect stages of the fungi, like if they will ask like following is the imperfect stage for the Venturia inaequalis, then we have to identify the imperfect stage. So in today's class totally we will cover about the important classes, characteristics of the class Pyrinomycetes and Loculomycetes, and under these subdivisions and examples of the important diseases caused by these members of this class Pyrinomycetes and Loculomycetes. And if you like this video, share with your friends so that they will get some information on this classification. And thank you for your keen interest in this video, and remember to like and subscribe for more videos. I wish you a great success, health, prosperity and happiness. Thank you one and all.